From the Hindu Kush to the Rockies, a journey from Kabul to Colorado in community-led transformation, a memoir of resilience, advocacy, and transformation by Homayun Milad. Episode 3, Personal Prologue, Rebuilding Identity Through Community. Late at night on September 19, 2021, as the cold settled over Aurora, a new chapter began. A city unfamiliar, yet full of possibility. A home unseen, yet waiting to be built. The journey had spanned a month, crossing borders, military bases, and countless moments of uncertainty. But arrival wasn't just about reaching a destination. It was about embracing the chance to rebuild. Displacement had reshaped my life, but it had also opened the door to new beginnings. Afghanistan was home, a country rich in diversity where Hazara, Tajiks, Pashtuns, Uzbeks, and others shaped a tapestry of languages, traditions, and resilience. Kabul reflected that spirit, vibrant, dynamic, full of movement. When the Taliban collapsed for the first time in 2001, hope emerged. Freedom seemed possible. For years, I traveled across Afghanistan, helping villages navigate their needs. I witnessed the strength of community-led solutions, the power of voices coming together to build a future beyond political barriers. My work in peace and conflict resolution reinforced one truth. Real change begins with people. Listening, uplifting, empowering. Then came August 15th, 2021. The shift was sudden, but the lessons learned were not lost. Even in moments of uncertainty, resilience finds a way to rise. For 11 days before departure, I watched Kabul transform. People rushed to banks, hurried to make decisions that once felt distant. But amidst the fear, I also saw something powerful. Community holding together, people helping one another, refusing to let despair define them. At 12:30 p.m. on August 26th, my family and I boarded one of the last flights out of Kabul, carrying with us the experiences, wisdom, and spirit of the place we had called home. It was not just a farewell. It was a whole world leaving behind. When leaving home, I looked back at my door, knowing this would be the last time I would see it. The journey took us through different countries and transition points, each place a bridge between past and future. With every stop, there was a moment of pause, a temporary shelter, a waiting space before the next destination. Every checkpoint carried uncertainty, yet each one also carried hope, the quiet promise of moving closer to something new. Then came Holloman Air Force Base, our safe haven amid the unknown. Under Operation Allies, Welcome, thousands of Afghan evacuees found refuge in military bases across the United States. Holloman was not just a stopover. It was a place of temporary stability, a moment to exhale before stepping into the unknown again. The days spent there were filled with transitions, navigating paperwork, medical screenings, trying to grasp what the next phase of life would hold. It was a place of waiting, but also of safety, a momentary relief from the weight of displacement. It was night when I finally left. The drive through breathtaking landscapes, mountains, open skies, miles stretching towards something new, felt like an introduction to possibility. We passed through Alamogordo, watching the vast deserts surrounding Holloman fade into the horizon, then through the shifting terrain of New Mexico, where the open land felt endless, where the sky carried both uncertainty and hope. As we neared Colorado, the mountains rose before us, silent witnesses to a journey that had carried so much weight. At 8 p.m., for the first time in weeks, movement stopped, and in stillness, rebuilding began. I arrived, not just to a new city, but to a new beginning. I immersed myself in work, eager to contribute. Then, an opportunity came, helping refugees navigate resettlement, offering the kind of guidance I had once shared in Afghanistan. The transition took time. Healing is not immediate, but purpose makes the process worthwhile. Then, the realization that Aurora carried a familiar truth: diversity, unity, communities shaping one another's futures. In Afghanistan, we carried distinct identities: Hazara, Pashto, Uzbek, each shaped by unique traditions and histories. Here, we are Afghan, stepping into a new world where identity is both preserved and redefined. The past lingers in memories, in the language spoken at home, and the customs carried forward. Yet, The future asks for something different, a unity built not just on survival, but on the possibility of belonging. In this new home, uncertainty is constant, but so is the chance to rebuild, to create something meaningful, to find a way forward together. Through my work, through relationships, through witnessing the resilience of families building new lives, I understood something profound. Belonging is created, nurtured, and shared. I started to see the results of my work. I felt more connected to community members. They shared their journeys, and I shared mine. We came together to support others. As I deepened my connection with the community, my role grew beyond resettlement. I am speaking with families, encouraging them to raise their children as leaders, to see beyond today, to believe in the power of their voices, to step into spaces where change is made. I urged them to nurture ambition, to see their stories as the foundation for something greater. Advocacy, leadership, decision-making. These were not distant aspirations. They were paths that had to be walked. In every conversation, I saw possibility. Children eager to learn, families determined to create stability, people longing not only for survival, but for impact. The strength of a community was in its ability to rise together, to push forward, to claim space where once there was exclusion. The journey is ongoing. The challenge is real. But through grassroots engagement, shared resilience, and the unwavering commitment to each other, Aurora became home, not just for me, but for many. And this is what true transformation looks like. Not just surviving displacement, but thriving through connection, through opportunity, through the relentless force of collective action. We'll continue this story in the next episode, so stay tuned.